5 solid duelists, which makes it really strong. But either way, guys, here we go. Najin White Shield's last chance to get a win and get an opportunity to play against Samsung Blue tomorrow to decide who goes to the WCG World Finals next month.
That's right, the Z ban going down, of course, right away. I'm curious if Goong has some more champions, because I haven't been overly impressed with his Ahri play. His Gragas has been solid, but it's being banned out this game alongside that Zyra pickup, and Nidalee going down as well. You do not want Flame to get his hands on that one.
No, not so much. We've seen what happens. And one last ban. There we go. The Ezreal ban against Zephyr.
Well, this is an interesting situation. Are they going to go ahead and ban that Corki? They still have to deal with the Shen potentially as well. And Flame is an absolute monster on that champion, as we've seen repeatedly here at WCG.
I mean, I personally feel like they should ban Shen. I mean, Flame's just too big of a difference in the split push, in the team fights. They're going to ban Corki, though. And so will we see that Shen picked up first for CJ Blaze?
Yeah, Save does like to play the Renekton into the Shen, but they're going to grab the Thresh first instead. Now the question is, will Save actually try and play that Shen away from CJ Blaze this time, or are they comfortable with that Flame split push? Not too many people are, I would say.
This pick ban phase feels like a game of chicken. You know, it's like, well, we're not going to take Shen, so now you want him? Go ahead. We're not going to take him yet. They are going to grab Caitlyn for Zephyr. Zephyr is a pretty good Caitlyn player, and they want to keep that away from Emperor as well, now that Corki and Ezreal are banned out. But I really feel like Emperor had no trouble at all playing Vayne last game.
Yeah, that said, though, you really want the 2v1 if you're going to be playing Vayne into Caitlyn. In a 2v2 situation, Caitlyn has a pretty big upper hand in terms of her range and her early game harassment. It's very difficult for Vayne to stay in lane.
Yeah. And Aatrox possibly picked up for Daydream. We did see that hyper aggressive Aatrox start for him earlier in the week, getting the double Doran's Blades and just trying to get as many kills as, I guess you can't say humanly possible, but it's like otherworldly, demonly possible, sort of. He's like sort of like a time-traveling demon, it seems like.
I don't know, though. You know I don't read the lore.
I guess. I do. He kind of struck me as sort of a time-traveling Doc Brown, only much more sinister.
A lot more claws and swords.
Looks pretty heavy, man.
Yeah, the build he's been going to has been pretty interesting. Double Doran's Blade straight into the Aegis of the Legion. So, will we see that support Annie with the Caitlyn?
That would be pretty cool. And we may. Yeah, I guess we will. All right, Annie locked in for Najin White Shield.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and take the Elise this game as well. Nove moving away from that Jarvan, which is his staple jungle champion. And we'll have to see how he does with this one. But the composition looking pretty similar this time around. There's the Vayne pickup. There aren't too many options left in terms of solid 80 carries.
You know, Talon may actually not be bad in terms of getting into the back lines. Annie very squishy. Talon can dodge that Tibbers pretty easily, and Caitlyn would be a bit vulnerable as well. I don't think they're going to lock it in, but it kind of makes you think a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be able to get onto Caitlyn very easily. He may be able to dodge some Tibbers, but there we go. We may see Ambition's Ahri come into play right here, and actually Emperor opting with Varus this time around, so a very different kind of AD carry, but
yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Going to be able to help with that hard CC. It's a lot of pressure on to Lustboy and Daydream, though, to dish out a little bit more damage than they might normally. And Orianna may be the pick for Goong here in the mid lane. They've got a lot of control right now. Najin White Shield going pretty heavy onto the CC, and you better believe they're going to be going for those 5v5 team fights again.
I do like the Varus pickup too, because it's definitely a little bit safer in lane against that Annie than Vayne would be. And in team fights, you can kind of sit back, play that Legolas build you guys were calling it at the World Championships, and just poke with that Q.
Yeah, they do have good poke, and they do have good siege. You know, we assume that Save's going to be going into a split-pushing lane again, so you have to really consider the 4v4 right here. And yes, great siege from CJ Blaze. The issue comes in that if they just get into a fight without having any kind of poke right off the bat, Najin Whiteshield's going to have a distinct damage advantage. CJ Blaze has to make sure that they can get into a situation where they can at least poke down and chunk some of those health bars before Najin Whiteshield's able to go in. A lot of pressure on Gorilla this game in order to have some solid Annie ultimates.
Should be pretty cool. Well, once again, Stretchovision shows us our lineup for both teams. Pretty solid teams for both of these guys, actually, both of these organizations. And I feel like the big key to this game, we talked about it already, but Shield just needs to play with more confidence. They've got what it takes to beat Blaze. They really do. They just need to play it. They just need to do it.
Yeah, we'll see if they have another plan in store for the second game in the early part of this match.
That's right. Well, here we go, guys. Game number 2 between Najin Whiteshield and CJ Blaze. The game's loading up. Blaze looking to close it up 2-0. Can they do it? Let's get in the game. All right, welcome. Summoner's Rift, CJ Blaze versus Najin Whiteshield. Set number 2 in this best of 3 WCG Korea 2013 semifinal match. And the last chance for Najin Whiteshield. Can they do it? Can they do it with Annie? It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of utility here with Annie because if Goon can land a good shockwave as well, the follow-up CC from Annie is absolutely enormous.
Oh, yeah.
And if you hold people in the ultimate of Renekton while Zepha's Caitlyn is raining down headshots, just so much potential damage. But CJ Blaze has another good composition for setting up those picks. You've got the Aatrox for the knockup, you've got the Charm, the Chain of Corruption, and the Death Sentence all coming in, able to easily catch someone out of position. So
yeah,
CJ Blaze these last couple of games really pick-heavy comps. Not something that they've done quite this hard in the past.
I like it, though. I mean, we talked a lot about last game about how their strategy was very similar to things they've done for a long time, but we have seen this week, and we have seen in this tournament that they are breaking away a little bit from always kind of defaulting to that style, too.
Yeah, we see the exact same level 1 coming down from CJ Blaze this game. They get those 2 wards over one more time.
Yeah.
So a lot of resources invested into the level 1 warding.
Yeah, it's so common these days where you see supports go into lane at level 1 with like only 1 ward.
Well, if you know where the jungler is, there's not a lot of threats. So.
Very true. All right, well, looks like it's going to be a blue steal from CJ Blaze.
And we are going to see that lane swap. So early on, Najin Whiteshield should have a little bit of an edge right here, just because Shen getting caught out early on can be quite problematic. But again, CJ Blaze is doing the jungle follow. Now, we haven't seen them do this before, and this is probably learned behavior from Royal at Worlds. They probably saw this from Royal Club and are now starting to use it. Save poking his head into the jungle right there. But this is something that Royal did in their match against Fnatic, in their first game against Fnatic. And this is not behavior that I've seen in Korea before, so I assume that it's coming from there.
It's really exciting. I really love the cross-pollination that we've seen as a result of a lot of the stuff that popped up at Worlds. I mean, Korea really does, it seems like, want to sort of absorb a lot of the stuff from other regions now in their play. It's a bit of a change, but it does tend to happen over time with these Korean teams.
All right, well, Nofe doing exactly what we saw last time, coming in very early to do a little bit of dirty firing behind the turret and force Flame out with those double buffs. So another aggressive start. Save has abandoned his turret in its entirety, trying to get some XP by taking Wraiths. And Daydream, once again, opting to farm the jungle early on instead of helping out his lane.
Yeah. Going to see this very, very early turret again. from Najin White Shield, like a sub 4-minute turret possibly here.
Yeah, they have a huge advantage too with this turret early on.
Yeah.
Very nicely played. Nofe backing off right now. He's confident that his dual lane can finish this one off. Should happen in the next wave or two. Meanwhile, Lane having a lot more trouble. And already, look at this fast rotation up here from Save. He's just setting up to be in position right when this turret goes down.
Yeah. I really like this. I mean, and this is what we were seeing from Najin White Shield that was so impressive earlier in this tournament. It's just really clean maneuvers in the early game. We saw a lot of that in game number 1, too. It's just, can they kind of follow up? Have they sort of shaken those fears that they had in game number 1?
Well, it's taking a little bit longer than it should have. They're going to have to wait for an extra wave right here. And that may actually buy CJ Blaze enough time to take down the turret of their own. And it will indeed. So we should have turrets going down simultaneously.
Almost. Yeah, there we go.
A little bit of a miscalculation there from Najin White Shield. Nofe's going to meet Daydream in the jungle.
That's right. There's a knockup with the repel. Nofe gets knocked over right away. He's trying to back away. There's a cocoon. Daydream won't be able to chase him into the lane, but he does win the fight at the Wolf Pit. Gorilla back into mid lane, or into mid lane rather. Looking for an opportunity on Ambition, but we'll just recall.
Yeah, Nofe, unfortunately for Shield, not able to make that play early on. Yet Ambition hasn't given up first blood yet so far in this tournament. He's turned over a new leaf, perhaps.
Well, there we go. The flash done with the W. Ambition taking a lot of damage, and as soon as Monte Cristo says it, Ambition gives up first blood. Way to go, Monte Cristo.
It's all my fault, Noah.
He can blame you.
But CJ Blaze takes a very smart dragon in the meantime, so they just accomplished, basically we're seeing pretty much a perfect mirror of the last game where Najin White Shield took the first turret, then rotated the dragon. Meanwhile, CJ Blaze took the second turret and then got that first blood. So
I'm pretty sure when they showed that camera shot of Ambition in the booth, he was mouthing the word, Monty! I can read lips, and I'm positive that's what he was saying.
Yeah. Well, he will be after this, that's for sure.
I guess so. Thanks a lot. That's the danger, though, of support Annie. Flashing in, I mean, the thing is, yeah, you can still make some pretty good plays without that level 6.
Yeah, they did stack ignites there, which was a little bit of a miscommunication as well.
Yeah.
So, big waste of a summoner, but they got what they wanted.
Yeah, they got what they came for. Daydream going up in that top lane, going to help push that back a little bit, help out Flame against that Renekton. Actually, maybe be able to come in from behind here. Save needs to be careful. There's the taunt, and there's the knockup. Save in a lot of trouble now, slicing and dicing away, having to use that flash. So a little bit of a win for CJ Blaze, getting that summoner spell out of save.
Yeah, good pink ward there and try as well to set that one up.
Yeah, totally.
And here we go. Ambition in trouble.
Ambition. Oh, the shockwave. He missed it. He had to flash, had to use that ultimate, but worth it in that case.
Well, we'll see if it's worth it. If this Caitlyn can get here into the mid lane, Zephyr already making a quick move up there, Save, letting his turret take some damage up there in the top lane. Wow, a flash.
Flash cocoon, and they're going to finish off Ambition. What a play from Nofe.
This is much more aggressive play than we're seeing this time around. However, they may be overcommitting to these kills a little bit because they lost a turret for it. Daydream helping out in the top lane, and so the gold advantage swinging more heavily in favor of CJ Blaze.
Yeah, I mean, they've killed Ambition twice, but like you said, they've lost an objective for it each time, and that global gold a little bit more valuable.
Well, Emperor and Lustboy are responding very well to the pressure that's being put on by Najin White Shield, and doing a good job of clearing the waves with the piercing arrow and the rain of arrows as well.
I mean, that is something that they do have quite a bit more of in this game, is that wave clear, especially with Varus.
Okie dokie. Well, Varus continuing to shove here. Not sure what his build is going to be quite yet. Went back for a pretty early BF sword.
Yeah.
And wow. CJ Blaze going for an aggressive red steal.
Yep.
While they keep 3 members of Najin Shield pinned up at the turret.
Not bad. Daydream's going to pick that one up. And so far, seeing pretty aggressive moves by both teams, but it still feels like CJ Blaze has just a little bit more presence right now. They've got those deep wards. They've got that map control.
Yeah, they certainly have a pretty substantial advantage.
Yeah.
In terms of, they're in the driver's seat of this game right now, and they're doing a great job with it.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually, you know, after watching CJ Blaze against Najin Sword, they look much more decisive in this series than they did in the last one. They looked a little discombobulated, but this time around, Blaze seems to be pretty much all of one mind.
Yeah. And when you combine that cohesiveness with those individual skills, that suddenly does make them a very scary opponent for Najin Whiteshield that has that team skill, but not as much on the individual front.
This is a great game so far. Very exciting. Emperor gets caught out.
Oh, yeah, they grabbed him. He's able to take the lantern, but that was a dangerous moment for Emperor.
Ambition hiding in that pink brush.
Oh, he's going to come in. They're going to go on to Zephyr right away. There's a knockup as well. Zephyr in trouble. Shockwave doesn't help him out. Now Goom going down as well. 2 kills for CJ Blaze.
That was a fantastic setup by Ambition. Emperor just immediately there with the Chain of Corruption as well. And the Orianna ultimate actually knocking Ambition further into that fight.
So all the damage on Najin Whiteshield dies, and they pay for it with a mid-turret on top of everything, and they may not stop there.
They have absolutely no wave clear to deal with this. By losing Caitlyn and Ori, they basically doom themselves to take a bunch of damage on this turret.
Brings Gorilla in. They need to be careful with this. Yeah. There's the Dominus from save. And with that, they'll be able to save the turret.
However, they are owning Najin Whiteshield's jungle right here.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that again. So look at Ambition coming in from the side. And, oh, Zephyr.
Whoops.
Oh.
That was not the right way to net.
Well, at least he dodged the charm.
True. He did do that. That's one way to dodge it, I guess. Not the way I would necessarily recommend, but he did dodge the charm. We'll give him that one. We'll give him that one. Flame coming in with that flash taunt onto Gorilla, going 1v4. Flame a little bit overly bold, but luckily Lustboy comes in the nick of time. Gorilla, with a little bit of help from Lustboy, dodges that Dark Flight from Daydream, but he'll still go down.
Yeah, Flame right there actually messed up his flash taunt.
Yeah.
He was trying to do that Flame thing where you taunt one person and then you flash and taunt into more at the end of
so crazy.
at the end of it, but he actually missed both parts of it right there.
Yep.
So it didn't turn out as well as he would have liked. Took a big chunk. Even so, CJ Blaze looks like they may be able to finish off this tier 2 turret in the mid lane. Nope, coming in from the side.
Yeah. Won't be able to save the turret though. A lot of wave clear from CJ Blaze, and the pressure continues. They're up to nearly 5,000 gold ahead at 11:30. That's pretty rough. They're just going to rotate down and take this dragon. There's nothing that Shield can do about it.
Oh, God. This new Blaze is so exciting.
Yeah.
Just to see them finally taking more control in the early game is so refreshing because we've always known that this team is insanely talented. I mean, Ambition, the all-star mid laner last year.
Well, I think the roster changes are totally working out.
Yeah, there you can see right there. He just absolutely whiffed his flash taunt and had to make a little bit of a run for it after that. Gorilla going to get grabbed after the flash right here. Dark Flight. It was a zoning Dark Flight, Noah.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll call it that. We're being very generous to these guys today. It's a great net to avoid the charm, and now that was a great zoning Dark Flight. Yeah. That's just what happens when supports work together. Lustboy was like, I don't want you to get CC too much, so I'll pull you back, Gorilla. It's okay. Nice guy. Good guy, Lustboy.
Good guy, Lustboy. And yeah, we will see that, as Crepo put it, the Legolas build coming out onto Emperor.
You know,
picking up the longsword for the Last Whisper.
I do have one criticism for that name, because Legolas shoots arrows really fast. He doesn't just shoot one arrow that does a lot of damage.
But he snipes too from long range.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
But wouldn't you say that shooting
hail
of arrows is shooting arrows very fast? He shoots a lot of arrows really fast.
That's more like shooting them all at once, like Rambo, you know? I think it's okay. I think it's a fine name for it, but I'm a stickler when it comes to these things, Monte Cristo. And I haven't seen Varys surf down a set of stairs on a shield lately, so just saying.
Not with his creepy walk.
No. The creep. Him and Shen have a creepy walk-off from time to time, I've heard.
Okay, well, Flame about to earn himself a lot more CS. as the split pushing beginning quite nicely. And Emperor, man, this guy showing how good he is on just a variety of different
So versatile.
AD carries. Daydream gets caught.
Daydream pulled in by that shockwave. There's a passive pop. Kenny escapes there. Can actually grab Coom. Going in with the box. Emperor coming in from behind. Nice hail of arrows after everything. Emperor doing a lot of damage, but they need to back off now. Lust Boy may pay for it. Emperor kiting backwards. They may have gone a little bit too deep. Annie gets the bloodthirsty support kill. Who needs ace in the hole anyway?
And it's not over yet,
Whoa.
though. DFG hits save.
Yeah. Oh no, Tivers. Oh well.
Well, I'm not actually sure if Flame, if Daydream.
Whoa.
Oh,
There's a charm. Goodbye, Gorilla. The Ignite should finish him off, and it will.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Daydream died right there before the Stand United could come in, or if that was one of those instances where Stand United just kind of bugs out.
No, it could be.
Because it looked like there may have been enough time, but I'm sure we'll get to see a replay of that in just a second.
Hard to say. Watch Emperor during this fight, too, though. It's
Yeah,
really good.
This is just sloppy by Daydream. He basically just fakes checks that bush right there. And Lust Boy gets a nice grab onto Goom, though, exactly what he wanted. Yeah, it looks like he just died too fast, so.
Yeah. Daydream looked like he was trying to walk out of it, too, and he should have just turned around and done whatever damage he could, you know?
Yeah, especially since his teammates were going all in right there.
Yep. Good flay at the end there to push away the other members of Najin White Shield, and Lust Boy giving the kill over to Gorilla, which is good. Supports working together.
Yeah, Daydream needs to be more careful about that.
Yeah.
Previously, CJ Blaze had a lot of wards in that upper jungle, and it would have been a little bit safer, but
Right.
they're careless. They know they have a large lead, though, so.
Yeah.
And they're
Resting on the
certainly
wards.
using. Look at those wards. Goom gets caught out this time.
Nice arrow from Emperor, too. A lot of damage to Goom. Can he get away? There's a flay. Flashes through it. Shockwave doesn't actually help too much. Goodbye, Goom. That's another kill for Daydream.
And in the meantime, Ambition manages to pick up Zephyr somewhere in the jungle.
Yeah. Maybe see a replay of that one. Yeah, CJ just totally in control of this game.
Great rotations from CJ Blaze this game, too.
Oh, yeah.
This is significantly better teamwork than we saw
You
in
know,
their initial series in WCG.
we were wondering a little bit as we see Flame get chased here. He's going to flash. Ooh, can he get away? Gets caught by that cocoon. In a little bit of trouble. There's the stun as well. He's going to go over the wall right into the stun for Manny. And I don't think Flame's getting out of this one. There's Dominus Pop just to secure the kill and save. Picks that one up, but they're going to lose an inhibitor for it. Uh-oh.
And this looks awfully familiar to last
Yes,
game,
it
where
does.
Najin Shield really overcommitted to the flame kill. There we go. Finally get it. Use the Chain of Corruption as well. Emperor just going hard to get Goong.
I love this Emperor guy, man. He's starting to look like one of the most explosive new carries on the scene that we've seen lately.
Yeah, he's
Very cool.
definitely impressive. And his synergy with his teammates, very good as well.
For
Just
being
in terms of
relatively
the team fighting, his follow-up ults this game have been really, really nice.
Yeah. Oh, Gorilla gets caught. He's gone.
Goodbye.
Annie does not last long in a focus fire situation.
Good pick set up there. And CJ Blaze just looks so impressive tonight, though.
Yeah, they really do. I mean,
This game, they're pretty much just doing everything right.
you know, with how well Shield played, we kind of had some hope. We were like, all right, well, they're playing better than we've ever seen them. You know, can they take on Blaze? Can they get through that sort of the gatekeeper team to reach the elite in Korea here? And it does not look like that's the case quite yet. They've had
CJ Blaze is definitely playing better than they did in the quarterfinals as well.
Frankly, they look better than they have in months.
Yes, which is exciting considering how dominant CJ Blaze was earlier in 2013 and how hard they later fell off. But
Yeah, well, it seemed like after that loss to Sword in the Champions Winter Finals last year, that was when they really started to kind of hit hard times. And by hard times for CJ, I mean they weren't winning tournaments. That's about as hard as it gets for the CJ teams. Oh, they catch Flame here. A lot of damage put down on him. Gets a taunt over the wall. The stun follows him, but he's safe. Interesting.
well, another dragon
Yep.
going to CJ Blaze right now. And what's so impressive about this game is how many dimensions CJ Blaze has to their play. The fact that they're able to successfully call these picks on the fly, I mean, having Lust Boy, the adaptation of having Ambition and Lust Boy wait in that brush for the Annie was so good.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
those little things, those little moments of creativity, just like this as well.
Oh, boy.
I mean, they know Ambition's there.
Yep, gets the taunt. Oh, he gets the taunt on the Goon. Meanwhile, No Fake just gets blown up. 2 kills faster than I can talk. Make it 3. Timbers comes down with a stun end to Ambition. Doesn't matter. Yeah, CJ is just way too far ahead right now. There's literally nothing that Najin White Shield can do.
And that was a great bait by Ambition right there. An instant reaction from Flame as well with the Stand United. Beautiful teamwork from CJ Blaze this game.
Yep, they look pretty strong. If I was Samsung Blue, I wouldn't be too. Oh, they grabbed Zephyr. Oh man, that is basically game ending. And we're only at 19 minutes, by the way, right now.
This second inhibitor by 19 minutes. This burst damage coming out of Blaze between Emperor and Ambition is just disgusting. Nobody can even survive more than a fraction of a second.
You know, I don't feel like it's too premature to say that I'm extremely excited about seeing these guys playing against Samsung Blue tomorrow.
I am super excited. Look at this as well. So Ambition comes in, but look at this teamwork. Everybody goes in. Meantime, you see Ambition coming in from the side. He kills Goom.
Oh, he dodges Tibbers.
Yeah, dodges Tibbers, gets the Stand United on him, not afraid to go into the turret. Look at that, immediately into the taunt.
Yeah.
Gorgeous chain CC there from CJ Blaze.
And really, really aware of like how you handle the support Annie too. I mean, if you look at Gorilla, he was like clicking back and forth, like where do I put down Tibbers? Where do I direct my stun? If you have that kind of more spread out engage, you don't have a lot to worry about from support Annie. She'll get like one person if you're lucky.
It's so refreshing to see Ambition playing at his old level again. I mean, this guy is
He's
a
back.
legend of the mid lane in Korea who fell off really hard at the end of Champion Summer. Had some pretty bad games. I mean, he was, oh, and here we go, going in though.
Okay, gets up the goal, so maybe I'll make it out.
Yeah, I mean, he had some just awful games, especially in the Worlds qualifiers.
Oh, yeah.
And now, just looking like he's really returned to form.
Well, Blaze looked absolutely atrocious in the Worlds qualifiers, but you can tell that that loss really made an impression on them, and they have used their time over the last month very, very well. Flame, he's like, hey, I'm Flame. I can be in the middle of your team. It's okay.
There's really nothing Najin Shield can do about this right now. Dealing with 2 super minion waves, pushing into your base at 21 minutes.
Yeah, this is surrender at 20 territory. I mean, it's the last game. CJ, or Shield rather, has to play it out.
Well, with this too, CJ Blaze will have effectively taken out both of the Najin teams.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Very impressive. And there's the Baron for CJ Blaze.
You know, 21-minute Baron, why not?
Yeah, why not? He's just a big punching bag now. Big sock puppet punching bag.
And that'll stretch this gold lead to about 14K.
Man.
At 21 and a half minutes into this game. This is an absolutely dominating victory by CJ and his Blaze.
Yeah. Man, there's not a lot else you could say about that. CJ Blaze. You know, I feel like, though, I don't want to say they're back because I feel like whenever I say somebody or some team is back, they inevitably lose immediately after that. So I'll just say CJ is looking very good today.
They are.
And there's another nickel.
And you know, if CJ Blaze does manage to make it to the WCG Global Final, Blaze is a team that has a very good international record.
Oh man, what a cleanse from Zephyr, barely getting out of that. But the team fight has occurred. Chains of Agony coming in, or whatever Verisalt is called. And it's just an absolute stop from CJ Blaze. Chains of Corruption. Why did I forget
Flame's
that?
taunts are so incredible when he has Flash up right there. I mean, what he just did in terms of his instantaneous decision-making of flashing backwards and then taunting in to drag people towards his team was,
GG.
my God, good. And that'll be a quick win for CJ Blaze as they head on to the finals of WCG Korea to face off against Samsung Blue.